Friday. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the weekly meeting of Plano West Rotary. I am Alex Johnson. I'm your president, and I want to turn this over to our Sergeant of Arms, Mr. Mike Walker. Take it away.
Well, hello, everybody. Whoops, let me figure out how to get my picture back up here again. That didn't work. There we go. I want to make sure everybody has their Rotary pin on.
I do.
I know when Steve Lawton was Sergeant at Arms, he got me for $1 every Tuesday. So, Steve, if you don't have your pin on, if you'd please mail me $1, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Will do.
Okay, we'll just kind of put them in. We start with Zane. How about you? Do you have a brag for us today?
Nothing much. I'm just excited to be here. So, yeah, school has been going well and everything.
We're glad you're here too. Mr. Thomas, Mr. James Thomas.
I only have one brag, and it's a quickie, and it was just the joyful and absolutely wonderful people that I had an opportunity to deliver food with, referring to my fellow Rotarians on Saturday. So wonderful job bragging about it.
Thank you. Mr. Posey.
Yes.
Do you have a brag for us today?
I'm here.
And we're glad you're here. All right. Hey, Julia, do you have a brag this morning?
Yes. I just want to brag about my Interact Club. All our board members are here today, so that's really exciting, and I'm glad that we're here to represent.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Libby.
Well, I just got back from a little vacation, and let me tell you, America's a beautiful country. Just saw Zion again and Petrified Forest and everything. Man, America's got a lot of beauty.
Really does. Thank you. And the Thorntons, do we have a individual or a joint brag this morning?
A joint brag, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but we now have a new granddaughter. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. She was born Friday, September 4th, and she's healthy, and parents are fine, maybe a little tired. She's up all night and sleeps all day. So you got to work on that.
All right. Thank you. Joy?
Mine always seem to revolve around my kids. I got to spend some time with my son, my daughter-in-law, and my precious little grandbaby Olivia this past weekend. So that always recharges my batteries.
Yeah, they do. Hey, Sarah, do you have a brag this morning?
Yes, I do. I visited my sister at college this past weekend.
Oh, well, that was fun. Okay, thank you. Lisa?
Sorry, I don't really have a brag. Happy to be here.
We're glad you're here. Miss Dolly Thomas, do you have a brag?
Yes, I had an opportunity to go and spend some time with my nephew and his little ones out in Farmersville in the country on Sunday, and that was just an absolute joy. I don't get to see them often because they live in the country, so we had an opportunity to go out there and spend some time with them.
Thank you. Mr. Syed, I don't know if I pronounced that right or not.
You're right. Yes, I do. This past weekend, I was able to spend an entire day at the lake with my family, which I thought is really nice because I don't get time to spend with them that often. So,
thank you, Mr. Beemendorfer.
Yes, sir. I want to brag on Dolly being with us today. Dolly, how are you feeling?
Feel great, thank you.
Yes. We missed you on Saturday.
No, I was here. I was there on Saturday.
Fred, Nicole, and myself, and the rest of the troops there held down the.
Oh, Dolly was there, Fred.
I was there.
Well,
I was there. Fred. Tam was there. She was not feeling very well, but I was there.
Great. Anyway, Anyway, enjoyed Saturday as usual.
Okay, Bianca, you ever brag?
Yes, I can brag. So I'm always baking and in the kitchen. I don't know if you can kind of, let me turn my brightness down. Maybe that'll help. Oh, made Nutella bread.
Ooh.
So it's kind of like twisted. And then this weekend, I'm going to be attempting to make beef Wellingtons. So we'll see how it turns out.
Wow, that's a project. Well, good luck on that.
Thank you.
Hey, John,
What
do you ever
time is
brag?
dinner?
John, do you ever brag? John Brussel? Yeah.
I'm just glad to be here. About 8 years ago, I was very active in the Kiwanis Club in Beverly, Massachusetts, and I do Plano. So glad to be here and want to learn how I can be of service.
Oh, thank you, John. Look forward to working with you on
Glad
project.
to have you.
Yes,
Thank
well,
you for
Thank you.
visiting, John.
Mr. Abdel, I'm going to turn my head sideways so I can see you. You ever brag?
I don't think I really have a brag. I'm just happy to be here.
Okay, thank you. We're glad you're here.
Yeah, good to see you.
Ariana, you ever brag?
Yeah, so this past weekend, both my grandfather and my cousin both had birthdays, so I was able to spend a lot of time with my family.
Oh, that's special. Hey, thank you. Mr. Gary, do you ever brag? You've got it on mute.
Is that better?
That's better.
Okay. I just found out this last week that on Friday I get to go over and visit my mother in assisted living. It's been 5 months since I've got to see her in person.
Oh, wow.
So that'll be nice. They're one of 12 assisted livings that got permission to let visitors come. It's kind of like going to jail to visit someone because she's going to be enclosed in plexiglass and we got to go through all these hoops, but at least we get to go in and see her face to face. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah, thanks for sharing, Gary. Ike, do you ever brag?
Yes, sir. This weekend was great. Zane is now also a handyman among many other things. He fixed the fence and a few other things. So.
Hey, thank you. Bill Dendy, do you ever brag?
I'm always happy to be with you guys, and I have to brag on the greatest Interact team I think's ever been assembled with any district anywhere. And I'm so grateful we're going to hear from Julia Lynn today. And I love the hard work that y'all been doing. I think y'all put every Rotary Club to shame in this area. You have a project like every weekend. How can y'all keep up? It's amazing what you're doing. Good job. I'm bragging on y'all. God bless you.
Thanks, Bill. Camille, do you ever brag?
Hey guys, it's good to be here. That is so much going on this week. I am like hopping on real quick so I can join you guys, but happy to see everyone.
Good. It's good to see you. Mr. Frankenfield, you ever brag?
Yes, I'd like to pay commendations to our civil servants here in Plano. I think our police, our fire, our sanitation, everyone here is top dog and sets a great example for all of America to follow.
Ditto to that. Thank you. Mr. Fred Thomas, you ever brag? I don't know if he's on with us or not. I'm with Steve. Are you there? You
Yes,
ever brag?
I would like to thank the club for sending flowers for my mom's passing. It meant a lot to me and really appreciate it.
Thanks. Sorry about your loss. Okay, I guess we're back to you, Mr. President.
We have hit everybody. Well, welcome everybody. Well, welcome to our club meeting today. What I'd like to do now is turn it over to Cole Wilborn, one of our newly inducted members, who's going to lead us in prayer.
Yes, hello everyone. If everyone could close their eyes, please.
Father God, thank you for just allowing us to come together to not only have a mind, but a heart also to serve, not just within the community, but outside of the community in our everyday lives. We thank you for allowing us to just come together and to discuss business things for serving others. Thank you. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Cole. Now I'd like to turn it over to one of our newer, I guess by a month, members. Dolly Thomas is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and we can look at the Thorntons for our flag. Dolly? Oh, you're muted.
You know,
I see her mouth moving, but no words.
Dolly, can you hear us?
Your volume down?
Wow.
Your speaker's not working on your computer, I guess.
We'll tell you what. I will go ahead and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance while Dolly's not able to get her voice to work. If everybody can face the flag at the Thorntons, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, for one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Well, Dolly, we will get you another time. We still can't hear you.
I'm not certain if Zane, who controls the volume of that, but I appreciate who did that, who muted Dolly out.
Ooh!
Very much. Hopefully she didn't hear me.
Okay, well, we'll let cousins go after each other later. Well, thank you, everybody. What I want to do right now is turn it over to Joy Hinkleman. She's our chair of our foundation committee. Take it away, Joy.
Thank you, Alex. So we had a meeting last week and I think it went very well. It's a great group of people. We fine-tuned the points form that we had talked about last week. I believe, didn't you, Glenn, talk about that? Okay, because I had to bow out last week. So for those of you that are non-Paul Harris Fellows, you will be getting an email from Randall with this form. And what we'd like for you to do is start tracking your activities on this form. And it's relatively simple. I think we kind of showed y'all a glimpse of it so you could see kind of what it looked like. If you could just track those, I would recommend you track them like on a monthly basis or like as it happens, but you will only turn them into Randall quarterly. So Randall is going to be our point keeper, our tracker. If you would like, I can't remember, Glenn, I'm sorry, I'm going to ask you to help me. Did we want for sure the newer members to have their mentors look over their forms?
I think that would be helpful. Sure.
Yeah, so the new members like myself, if we just, after we fill out our form with all of our points, send it to our mentors and have them look over it, make sure that it all looks copacetic, and then we'll submit those to Randall. And the goal is to have 100% Paul Harris Fellows, and I think I know we're going to do it. So, but if you have questions, you can ask any one of us.
Awesome. Thank you, Joy.
You're welcome.
For those that don't realize, we have a 7-person foundation committee, and their sole goal is to help promote and get involvement from our club and the community and the Rotary Foundation. So thank you, Joy, for running that committee, and she's becoming our guru in the foundation. Soon to be guru, right, Joy? Awesome. Well, we are now coming up to something that we do once a month. And we have a special committee filled with all-star members. It's our Member of the Month committee. And Tom Posey, who is our club founder, by the way, for those that don't know, Tom founded our club January 29th, 40 years ago. So we'll be hitting 41 years in January, and Tom is our founder. Well, he's heading up our Member of the Month committee. So Tom, I'm going to turn it over to you so you can tell us who the winner is. He's muted. Let me unmute. You're muted, Tom.
Can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you.
Okay. We have come up with an individual that we think highlights what Rotary is all about. He has been in Rotary for a number of years. He, in the last several years, has transferred to our club from a club that went south and no longer available. He came to us with probably the highest ranking individual for Paul Harris Fellows in our club. He is responsible for more of those individuals than probably anybody else within our club. He has taken on the challenge of our Polio Plus program, which is trying to eliminate polio in the entire world, with only two nations, Afghanistan and Pakistan, remaining with cases of polio in their area. And we're really pleased that we as a group and as a club has maintained our support of Polio Plus. And so today we're going to nominate Kent Stone as our Rotarian of the Month.
Hey, Kent, I don't think he's online, is he? Well, we will let him know. I'll let your committee contact him, and everybody contact Kent, text, email, phone call, and say congratulations. And we can say, wish you were here. Awesome. Well, hey, before we move it into our guest speakers, I want to announce, actually, there's some good news I want to talk about. This week, or within the last 4 or 5 days, we've received 3 new membership applications. One is from Sachimo Kalinda. He was volunteering with us on Saturday, so a lot of people would have met him then. And then we also received applications from Aziz and Hina Kanjiani, who have both volunteered with us multiple times. And Camille actually recruited Aziz. This is the second person. Cole is another person that Camille has recruited. So great job, Camille. So Aziz and Hina, they make our 4th couple in our Rotary Club. First it was the Thorntons, then it was myself and my wife, then it was Fred and Tamara Thomas. Now we have Aziz and Hina Kanjiani. So it's very exciting. We're becoming a married couple club. That's pretty awesome. So we will be voting and inducting them on September 22nd. Glenn will send out an email with their information. So that will, did I say November? September 22nd. In 2 weeks. And so everybody, when you get their information, email them, text them, call them, say, welcome to the club. And you know, they're all they've already volunteered with us already. So when they show up at the next project, say hi. You know, everybody's wearing a mask, so it's kind of harder to tell who's been there or not, but we'll figure it out. But it's exciting. They will make our 41st members when we induct those 3. So it's pretty amazing. We are the 2nd largest club in Plano, by the way. So we will keep our growth and make it even better. Some other good news, I was just notified this morning that at the district governor nominee training, that Rotary International highlighted our Rotary Club for the great work we're doing with our RCC, which is a Rotary Community Corps in Douglas. It is something that's very significant to Rotary International. They're looking for more US-based clubs to form them. So Go Plano West Rotary. We are leading the way, and they're telling district governor nominees to look to us as an example. So we should really be proud about that. Something else I want to cover is, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, dues invoices, have you already sent them out, Glenn? So I think you're getting them via email. Just so you know, you could either write a check, which gives you the address, or you could pay it via PayPal. It's we're transferring the fees for PayPal, so it's a tiny bit more. I think, what is it, $51.75? So it's $1.75 fees for the full quarterly invoice, or if you write a check, you know, then you don't have to worry about that. So whatever works. So
So Alex,
yes.
so I sent out invoices for our new members that, but I'll send out for the next quarter around the first part of October. So existing members haven't received a new invoice. Just,
okay.
Just the other half of our club, our new members.
Perfect. So just to clarify, as everybody doesn't know, when somebody joins our club, regardless of when, we basically waive that first month. You know, just why nickel and dime? And so then they get a prorated for the quarter afterwards. So for example, if somebody who joined in July, they're going to get a prorated dues invoice for 2 months. And so if they joined in August, they'll get prorated for 1 month. Correct, Glenn? That was the plan. Glenn does it, so I only know if he validates it.
We're learning here with all the new members, for sure.
Yeah, this is an awesome problem we haven't had before. So, and so everybody work with us. Something else we're starting, actually, I just beta tested Glenn. We have been notified from RI, we need to get waivers and release forms from a risk management perspective. We have the forms, RI provided a template. We need to have that for everybody in our club and all our volunteers. And so part of what we're going to be doing, and we have registration, they're going to be, we have to get people to sign off. And on these forms also give us permission to use their pictures. What I'm going to be doing for everybody who is in the club and who has volunteered with us, you're going to get it electronically from DocuSign. So you can sign it electronically on your phone or email. You'll be having this happen over the next couple days. And then we'll have a process that we'll have a link through the Sign Up Genius for people to do ahead of time. And then we're also going to have it on during registration at the event. So that way, Rotary's protected. We make sure we have everybody's approval. And I think Glenn wants to say something because he unmuted himself.
So also, correct me if I'm wrong, Alex, you only have to do this once.
Oh, yes.
For the whole Rotary year. So you don't do it for every project. Just do it once and you're good to go through next June.
Exactly. Thank you, Glenn. So yeah, we're going to do this once a Rotary year. So this particular form will be valid until June 30th of 2021. And then we'll have everybody re-sign it, you know, on July 1st of 2020 or something. We'll figure it out, but exactly what Glenn said. So we are going to be in proper compliance, which is really important. So we're slowly, because for those, everybody knows, we have a lot of volunteers with us. On average project, 75% of our volunteers are not members of our club. And so we need to make sure that we're doing everything properly to protect both them and Rotary. And we don't want to be using someone's picture if they didn't give us permission. That's really important. And so that's why a lot of these things we have to do. So a project that I do want to talk about, those that have been in Rotary for a while, you may remember we used to do projects with junior achievement, which is basically financial education for elementary, middle, and high school. Well, that particular program, they're no longer doing in Plano, but they have a new one. It's a virtual one. It's called Career Speaker Series. And so what it is, they're looking for close to 50, there's 50 slots between now and November where they would like to have a community leader, a business leader, somebody, an adult, speak to the students about what you do or what you used to do. And it's like a 20-minute talk. They estimate it's about an hour total, meaning your prep time, you're logging into Zoom, or and then speak it. So what I would love for our club to participate. It's a lot easier because you don't have to go to a school and teach for 4 hours or whatever like we used to do. But what I need is somebody who would like to champion this. And what that champion will be, they will basically get the interest from within our club of those that want to do this, and then work directly with Junior Achievement to have us sign up and coordinate the training between our members and Junior Achievement. So anybody who's interested in being a project champion, send me a text or email. You don't have to tell me now, but I'm looking for that champion, and then you're going to be responsible for it. I'm going to turn you over to Junior Achievement, give you what they gave me, and then let you work with Michelle, who's our service project chair, to properly set up like a sign-up genius within our club or whatever works out. But Michelle will help you do it. So you'll do it, she'll help you how to do it. So you guys just email me and text me on that. But like I said, there's 50 opportunities. So one person can speak more than one time if you want, but they've got all the slots, and I don't think it's Plano only. They don't say it's Plano only. Because it's Zoom, it's probably North Texas, because this is where this particular Junior Achievement office is the Dallas area. So you'll be, and it goes from elementary, middle, and high school. So there we go. Now, I've got 4 minutes. Let me cover some of these other things. We had an amazing service project on Saturday. And the reason why I say that, I mean, we've done this, the meal delivery in the Douglas community, but this time we did not market it as much for volunteers, because the last 2 weeks ago we had 50 people. It was decided we really didn't need 50 people, so I didn't market it as much. Well, we got 31 total volunteers, and that includes Spencer, our neighborhood policing officer, as well. And so we had 31 volunteers. As a group, we did 76 hours of service, and we delivered $14,400 worth of food that was donated by Minnie's Food Pantry. That is amazing. I mean, just to try to put it in perspective, our club, a few people have heard me say this, our club, our signature fundraiser is selling funnel cakes at the Balloon Festival. And we do that. Unfortunately, we can't do it this year because it was canceled. And when we do that, we raise about $21,000, which is, it comes net about $16,000. And that's with hundreds of hours. I mean, Michelle, how many hours do we clock in to do the Balloon Festival?
I don't know, 300 to 500.
Even bigger.
People hours, yeah.
Yeah, and Mike Walker, he basically, takes the week off to manage that, the whole thing. And we do that to net $16,000. Well, by partnering with the community, partnering with Minis, we produced $14,400 in goods over a 2-hour period of time. And so it just shows by partnering with the community, we can have a huge impact. That doesn't mean we're not going to continue to do the Balloon Festival. Of course we are. Do you know we're the oldest nonprofit vendor with the Balloon Festival? And I verify that with the organizers of the Balloon Festival. We were volunteering there before Joe Vi and Jessica Jackson started doing it full time. So that is who we are. But there's other ways we can give. And I mean, Michelle, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we're up in $90,000 worth of goods and services that we've been able to, so far, just in the last 2.5 months. When you add up everything and showcase, it's huge. And we barely started, people. So you guys, we should be really proud of what we're doing. Now, as a reminder, I got a couple minutes left. We have our virtual happy hour on Friday, Lisa runs that. She does a great job. I think we had 13 or 16 people a month ago. And so I'm looking to have more. It's a lot of fun. Lisa's got good icebreakers and so on. And it's a free-for-all talking. It's not scripted like we do these meetings. So please, everybody, same Zoom link. It's Friday at 6 o'clock. Hop on it, and it's a lot of fun. Now on Saturday, we are doing our Adopt a Highway. This is where we clean up a stretch of Avenue K. I believe this is the 4th year we've done it. Glenn, then it was Michelle, John. So didn't this start the last time you were president, Glenn?
I think so.
Yeah. By the way, Glenn's been president twice, so just so you know. So we confuse when he was president. But 4th year we're doing it. So sign up for that. I think we cap it at 10 people, right? Otherwise we'd get it done in 10 minutes. And so sign up for it. Then on Saturday, the Interact group, they're organizing donated shoes. That you could also sign up for that. That's where they bring in a lot of interactors. I know Michelle and Glenn help out. I know Fred and Tamara helped out last time. So we've got 2 projects going on Saturday. And then ongoing, we are collecting donations for our Plano Fire Rescue Appreciation Day. That's on October 6th. I will tell you, this is something that the fire department is very excited about. By what I've been told, nobody's ever fed everybody in the fire department at one time. Usually it's one station. We're hitting all 14 locations. They're really appreciative of this. So just like Jim said earlier, we've got amazing first responders and staff in Plano, and this is our ability to honor them. And don't forget, the chief is speaking that day. He's really excited about it. I'm not going to talk about what he's going to talk about, but it's not going to be about COVID. He knows we've had, Chief Drain, we had Mark Israelson, we had the Prosper Fire Chief. We've had a lot of COVID talk. He's going to talk about other things. So he's really looking forward to speaking to us. And he's also a Rotarian as well, in another Rotary Club. Then the last thing I want to ask everybody is, which is kind of a transition, we have our shoe drive. Gary, by no competition, Gary Busing is the biggest shoe drive participant. Gary, real quick, can you unmute? Tell us how many shoes you think you've donated so far. He's a machine. Is he still on? Or did we lose him? Is Gary gone? There he is. Come on, Gary, speak up. I want you to tell us how many. He doesn't use the sign-up genius, so I only know because he tells me. I think he's not going to tell us. Hundreds of shoes he's donating. So go, Gary. He's just working it. And so I appreciate that. I'll check this out. Good timing. Evan, let Evan in. I'm going to do a quick call out because I'm about to introduce Bianca, who's going to introduce our Plano Senior High Interact Board of Directors. Evan Hedrow. He's a junior in college right now. He was the founder of the Plano Senior High School Interact Club 3 years ago. So I asked him to come on. He's in the middle of classes. So thank you, Evan, for hopping on. And with that, I am going to turn this over to Bianca.
Thank you. If we could get the slide that I sent you shared with everyone. All right, so I have the pleasure of introducing Julia today. Julia is the Interact District Governor for District 5810 and the president of Plano Senior High School's Interact Club. She was the founder of the Clark Interact Club, who won Best Small Club and Best First Year Club of the Year. Her club also earned a Rotary citation. All throughout high school, she's been involved in Interact, but she also has a passion for speech and debate, teaching, reading, and writing. So I'm excited to hear what she has to say today, and welcome, Julia.
Yeah, hi. So thank you guys so much for having us today. Let me quickly share screen as well. 1 second. Okay. So this will take a while to load because usually that's how my computer is. But until it loads, I just want to quickly thank you guys, Plano West Rotary Club, for having us here today. You guys are like seriously amazing, and you guys know that. And it's really truly an honor for such a wonderful Rotary Club to sponsor our Interact Club. So we're just really happy to be here and that we get to work together for the rest of the year. So Bianca kind of already introduced me, so I won't really talk about myself anymore. But Ariana is our president-elect, so I'm gonna let her just kind of introduce herself. And we want y'all to like meet the entire team, just so you guys can know a little more about us. And we'll of course get to know you guys as the year goes on. So I'm passing it on to Ariana right now.
Hi, I'm Ariana. So I'm in 11th grade, obviously at Plano Senior. So I found Interact when I was a freshman at Julia's Club and then at Clark. And then I was president in 10th grade, and now I'm president-elect of Plano Senior. So I really like volunteering with Interact, and like a lot of the events we do are really fun when I get to go to them. And some like my little hobbies, I like to read and I play piano and I enjoy writing.
Yeah, next we'll have Sarah, who's our social media chair, if she wants to talk about herself a little bit as well.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm a junior this year, and I was introduced to Interact by a friend at Clark, and through that I became an officer member as a sophomore and attended a couple of local service projects. And my favorite part of Interact is definitely meeting new people. And some fun facts about me is I love drawing and watching Netflix. And I'm super excited for this year's Interact Club.
Next is our community service chair.
Yeah, so hello everyone. My name is Afnan Abdal. I'm a junior this year. I discovered through Interact through like the morning announcements, and I thought it was interesting because I've never heard of the club been spoken about before. So I have 3 years of experience, and my favorite part of the club is mainly the volunteer opportunities and the new experiences that we get to like experience. A fun fact about me is that I play basketball, and I recently started to learn how to play the violin.
Awesome. And finally, we have our secretary, Sakib.
Hi guys, I'm Sakib. I'm a senior at Plano Senior High School. The way I found Interact was actually through a volunteering opportunity during 10th grade. They needed signs for the spring fling that happens every year, and I chose to volunteer for it. And I remember meeting a lot of people from Interact there. I thought it was a really wonderful community, and everyone was really nice. And they even invited me to come to the spring fling, and I was able to lead the sock drive during the spring fling too. So ever since then, I just really fell in love with the community, and I thought like it had a really good message, you know, service above self. I really liked everyone there, and ever since then, I just love being in Interact. Some of my hobbies include like playing basketball, any sport for that matter. I'm a really outdoorsy person, so I love, you know, going outside, meeting new people, and yeah, I'm just really excited for this year and excited to see what this year brings.
Yeah, so this is basically our entire team, and we're really excited to work with y'all this year. And like, we're just really happy that we're here to help you guys, and you guys are here to help us. So now we're just going to talk about some club business. And Ariana will be the one talking about how we're changing with COVID, because of course, COVID is changing everything. But I think that our little adaptations will definitely bring some good for our club.
Okay, so first we're going to do completely virtual meetings, obviously to stop the spread. And we're definitely going to try and keep those like as social and as close to like in real life meetings as we can. And then we're going to also try and keep our service projects either all virtual, or if we are unable to do something virtual, we're at least going to keep it very safe for everyone involved, like very closed off and with fewer people. And we're going to do wellness check-ins just to make sure nobody's like facing mental health issues, especially because nobody's able to see anyone. It's really hard now. And we're going to try and do more socials just so that everyone's still able to have a social aspect of their lives, even though we're not physically able to go hang out with our friends. And our service projects are going to be more focused on helping those who are impacted most, like people who have lost their jobs or people who are being put in danger by this, like essential workers. And we're going to try and increase our collaboration with other clubs, again, just so that we can have more of a social aspect and learn how other clubs are changing as well so that we can work on ourselves.
Yes, so kind of to bounce off of that a little bit, we did decide to set some goals for the year. So currently we have actually 16 members, so that number on the screen is off by like 1, but we're hoping to increase our membership by about 10 people. I don't think we'll have a problem with that because at this point, high school students are kind of starving for either 1, something to do, or 2, something to put on their resume. So I don't think we'll have a problem with increasing membership, and we're really hopeful that we can really work on expanding our membership this year. Second, we're hoping to achieve a Rotary citation. Our club has achieved a Rotary citation for the past few years. Every club that I've been involved with has personally been able to achieve the Rotary citation. And it's usually like you guys know that you don't really actively pursue the Rotary citation. You just kind of do your thing and eventually you just pick it up along the way. So we do have like a kind of year at a glance kind of planned out already. And while we did cater some projects or meetings towards certain goals within the Rotary citation, we're just hoping to do the community, and along the way, we'll pick up that citations. That's exciting. Third, we're hoping to win Club of the Year for Spring Fling. I think it's definitely possible. We have a really amazing club this year, not just within our board, but just our members in general. You guys have met some of them at Douglas Deliveries, Douglas Meal Deliveries, or shoe organizings, and you guys know how amazing they are, and we know that their dedication is what's going to help us hopefully win that award this year. Our fourth goal this year is to do 1 Plano West Rotary Club's service project, as well as 1 Plano Senior Interact project a month. And that's obviously to, provide service opportunities for high school students, but also I always believe, a Rotary and Interact relationship should have mutual benefits. So we're here to help you. You guys are here to help us. So that's why we're aiming to do 1 of each per month. Next, we're hoping for high participation in Leadership Summit and Spring Fling. Again, kids are kind of starving for something to do, or they want something like service hours for another club. So usually attending these events is like a great way to get those service hours, and I don't think we'll have a problem with high participation as well. And of course, the Douglas community is very important to y'all, so it's important to us as well. So we want to, provide volunteers for deliveries or any other projects that y'all are thinking about. And of course, we're here to help with any service project for that matter. So we're really excited to work with you guys on that this year. And we kind of mentioned this already, but mental health for our club members is going to be so important this year. I'm sure that you guys have also experienced it as well. COVID makes you feel lonely, a little sad, and knowing that things are not normal is definitely affecting everyone's mental health. So we want to take time to make sure that each of our club members are okay mentally. So what we've kind of started to do is the first 5 minutes of every every meeting we have, we just take that time to like talk. I always ask each team member, how are you guys doing? How's school? We just want to make sure that everyone feels welcome and that they have someone to talk to, a community to go back to. And then additionally, I'm hoping that, eventually we'll have a meeting or 2 every once in a while where we'll just like talk about ourselves and talk about life. Mental health, it's pretty rampant for teenagers. COVID kind of accelerates how bad mental health can be for us. So we're here to make sure that our club members are okay. So before I pass this on to Ariana again, I just want to preface that this is like a year at a glance, and it's very tentative. Our board members just recently got inducted in, so we haven't really had an opportunity to really flesh out a calendar for the year. And this is just our first semester, by the way. But we're hoping we've already added some Plano West Rotary Club projects that we thought that our club members would be interested in. And we're gonna add more Plano Senior Interact projects as we go along. But yes, Ariana, if you want to take it away for us.
All right, so the items in bold are things that we're planning to do during our meetings. And then the regular fonted ones are things that will either be things that like are that we can implement outside of just the meeting time, like throughout the month, or things that we're planning to collaborate with you guys on. So for September, the shoe drive challenge is going to be happening all month. People are going to be donating their shoes and organizing. And then the cleanup. And then college mentoring is tentative still. I'm working with a mentor and seeing if I can get her to come talk to us about college, because I have a law school mentor, but I still have to contact her and see if she's available. And then court during COVID seminar is something that we're hoping to, is something that you guys are hosting, and we're hoping to get a lot of people to attend, and leadership summit, obviously. And then October, we're having a Rotaract speaker come and talk to us about what Rotaract is and how to get involved after and all that. And then Serve Lunch to Plano Fire Rescue fundraiser is something I believe we're collaborating with you guys on. Polio awareness presentation is something for, oh my goodness, I'm totally blanking on what it's called. But like polio awareness, because that's what Rotary is about. And then a virtual Halloween party, something we're collaborating on with you. And then the Rotary International Interact Video Awards, we actually recently came up with an idea on that we're really excited for. I don't know if I can talk about it. Am I allowed to? Okay.
But we probably don't have a lot of time, but you guys can check it out once we upload the video. We'll send it to you guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of.
And then Julia for November and December.
Yes, so to continue, one of our big projects that we're thinking about doing throughout November is filming YouTube videos of our, like each team member reading a children's book and uploading them onto YouTube, because education is really being impacted with COVID, obviously, especially for young students, and not being put in a social setting can be kind of isolating, and that can obviously affect kids a lot. So we're hoping to record these videos, have a lot of fun with them, so kids feel like, oh, there's someone to kind of talk to watch, and be entertained by. And of course, we'll have like comprehension questions at the end of each video, so they're not just listening, but like applying what they learn. But we're hoping to kind of help young kids with education throughout the month of November. Of course, World Interact Week is on the agenda. We have Rotary Youth Exchange presentation planned, Adopt a Highway cleanup, and then we're thinking about doing an Interact exchange program. You know, prior to COVID, it would be very difficult to like drive all the way up to Waxahachie and try and attend someone else's meeting, but because everything's virtual, we're hoping that maybe we can contact another club, trade members, and then that way we can learn a thing or two from each other. December, we have virtual cards that we're planning on sending to healthcare workers. And then some of y'all's holiday parties are definitely planned for there, so we can have an opportunity to socialize and have some fun for the holiday season.
Okay. And then for Leadership Summit and Spring Fling, these are just some of our goals. So we want to gather more people as attendees and volunteers, and we want to start that earlier so we can get as much people as possible. And for the shoe drive challenge, we want to reach a goal of at least 100 pairs of shoes donated, which I don't think should be a problem for us since our members are extremely dedicated, and we have a sign-up genius, and a lot of people have already donated, so it's really good for us. And then for Spring Fling, again, we want to gather more people so we can have really high attendance, that most people said a lot of people can experience this. And we want to work on our service projects earlier and reach even higher goals than we previously reached.
And then finally, just want to talk about how you guys can help us. Most of these things you guys already do, so like go you guys, A+ for y'all. But definitely one, notifying us of service projects every month. I mean, that's your website. You guys already know that we've seen your website, and we'll definitely check back with it frequently just to see what's going on and see what we can do to help you guys. And then second, keeping us aware of any organizations that would be great to work with. So if we ever think, oh, we're thinking about, I don't know, doing a specific project, do you know an organization we can work with? If you guys have those connections, we would greatly appreciate them. And then the third thing y'all can do, well, because of COVID, we can't really do any physical volunteering at any event, but if and when it does become safe, if we have any events that we're thinking about doing at Plano Senior, or just anywhere in general, we would love to have some Rotarians attend so they can provide some guidance and we can get some extra volunteers. And then finally, this is probably more applicable, but if we ever do any donations, any donating projects, definitely helping us out with those so we can really make sure that we have a really great impact for the community. So this is kind of the end of our presentation. We had to create a new Instagram and a new Facebook, but you guys can check it out there. We're probably going to be posting on Instagram more just because that's what high schoolers use, but we'll definitely try to keep up with Facebook as well. So if you want to follow those and keep up with all the things we're doing, I know on our Instagram we already posted 2 things, so like it, hype it up, and share it with all your friends. And other than that, we are done with our presentation. So if you guys have any questions, definitely here to ask them.
Hey, Julia, this is Michelle. So first of all, I just want to have a shout out to some of the interactors already on here that I recognize. You guys have been helping us more than 1 year on projects, right? So like Sakib, I think, has helped us with the funnel cakes and the Adopt a Highway, and Ariana did a wonderful job helping us with the Adoption Awareness Fair. And Julia, we've been working together on a lot of things as well. So I'm so proud of you guys, and I'm so glad you're here today. I don't have a question yet. I have a couple comments. One, Glenn and I just changed the cleanup to this Saturday. So your slide said September 19th. We just moved it up to the 12th.
I'll send that out.
And you might have gotten the email from us yesterday. It just came out yesterday, the Sign Up Genius. I think we went out to interactors and rotaractors.
I'll double check.
But anyway, just so you know, that was moved to the 12th. And the other thing I just want to say is that YouTube children's books thing looks fabulous. I hope to learn from you on that. That is so cool. So great job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hey, based on what Michelle just said, those that don't know, almost everybody here was part of the Clark High School Interact Club. And it was during Michelle's leadership that club got started, basically because it was a big risk for Plano West Rotary to do it. And basically through the strength of her leadership, we got Steve Lawton. Who else was involved? It was mainly Steve, honestly.
Mike Walker.
Mike Walker as well. And so, as you guys could see, something that was done 2 years ago, now they're running Plano Senior High School Interact. So great job, Michelle, and the team that stepped up to do it back then.
Any other questions, comments, concerns, kumquats? I think we're good.
Evan, I'm going to put Evan on the spot, who is the founder. You guys don't, Julia knows this, but Evan Hedro, who is on here, he's a junior. I think you're at University of Houston, correct? Mechanical engineer. Yeah. He contacted me September. I got an email out of the blue. Hey, I heard about Interact when I was at RILA. Can you help me? And this was about this time 3 years ago. And it started with Evan, and it took about 3 months for Evan to get a faculty advisor, and he busted his butt, hand recruited everybody in the club, and he was just chatting me by saying, I'm just so glad they're around, because the big fear was, will this continue after he graduates? And I told him, this is his legacy. And so I'm really proud that he showed up, because you guys don't realize. Evan, I've worked with a lot of interactors over the year. He worked harder than any other student to get his club started. I mean, 3 months to get a teacher to be their advisor. And they still would only allow them to meet during breakfast, so we ended up meeting at Starbucks all year. And so, Evan, do you want to say something as the founder of this club before we exit?
I just want to say I'm proud of all of y'all. It's been an honor to see the progress that y'all are making. I know we started off with was just like me and like maybe 3 other officers, and maybe we had like 2 members my whole time as president, and being able to see how y'all have grown and the projects that y'all are implementing, it's just I just want to say like thank you for keeping a tradition and keeping the club alive. It was a real struggle getting it off the ground, and seeing at where y'all are at now, it's really amazing to see things y'all were able to do. And if y'all need any help in the future, I'm glad to be there and help y'all along the way.
Thank you, Evan. Well, Evan just alerted me he's remote, so I just let him know about our young adult initiative, and we've got 5 other college students in our club, so we are ready for you, Evan. And he is a Rylarian as well, as I mentioned. Well, excellent. This was very exciting. Thank you, Julia, and thank you for your board of directors and for your members of Plano Senior High School for everything that you guys are doing. Because as Michelle said, you guys volunteer with us on almost everything we do, which is so powerful. And that inspires us adults. Because I don't know about everybody else on this call, but I wasn't doing everything you guys are doing. I was your age. And so you give me hope for the future. So it's just really exciting. One of the things we do is whenever we have a guest speaker, we do a donation in their name. So let me do a little screen share. Does everybody see that? Is it there? Yes. So this is our certificate of appreciation for you, Julia Lynn. In appreciation of your time and program, Plano West Rotary will donate $10 in your name to Rotary's polio.
Yes. We're only seeing our Zoom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So let me do a better screen share. That happened last time. Let's try this. Do you guys see the certificate now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. So I will start over again. Certificate of appreciation for Julia Lynn and your Interact Club. Julia, in appreciation for your time and program, Plano West Rotary will donate $10 in your name to Rotary's Polio Plus Fund, together with the 2-to-1 matching funds from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the 1-to-1 matching funds of the Rotary Foundation. This will turn into $40, and this $40 will provide a polio vaccine for about 66 kids. As we know, Rotary has just eradicated polio in the whole continent of Africa, which is amazing. And we are now down to 2 countries. We are that close. So this is going to be a donation in your name, Julia. And we appreciate everything you're doing greatly. As those of you may have said, not only did Julia found the Clark Interact Club when she was a sophomore, and now she's our district Interact chair, and she partnered with Zane, who was formerly the district Interact chair. And for those that don't know, Bill Dindy is on. He is, as well as, he's kind of done a lot of things in Rotary, but he's a past district governor. He's also our district international services chair, and he's the district Interact chair. So he works closely with Julia. This is his 2nd year. So thank you, Bill, for joining us. And I didn't say this, but Bianca is our Rotarian advisor for the Plano Senior High School Interact Club, which is awesome because Bianca was in that Interact Club. And so she makes a great, and she actually worked with Julia on district Interact projects last year. So it works out well, all the synergy happening. Our club is just so proud of our youth. You guys work with us every week. You're basically Rotarians who just aren't 18 yet, but you do everything that we do, and we appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Y'all have a great family.
We do, we do. So before we end, I want to remind everybody, next week, we are having the Plano Economic Development Corporation is going to be speaking. So we're going to find out about how Plano's bringing businesses and revenue into our city. And then don't forget, on Friday, put it on your calendar, 6 o'clock, we have our virtual happy hour. So Lisa runs it. It's just everybody getting to know each other, so do not miss that one. And then sign up for our projects we have coming up. So with that, I am going to turn it over to Mr. Fred. We have two Freds. We have Fred B and Fred T. So this is Fred T, Fred Thomas. He is going to lead us in the four-way test. And wait, let me get this up here and I'm going to turn it over to you.
Four-way test. All things we think, say, or do. 1, is it the truth?
Truth.
2, is it fair to all concerned? 3, will it be a goodwill and better friendship? 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Plain old West Rotary.
Woo! Woo! Thank you, everybody. It is 1 o'clock. Have a great week.
Thanks, Alex.